video is going to be my Project 10 Pan March finale. And also it's going to be an introduction for a new project that I'm going to start that I'll tell you about in a minute. For the month of March, I picked out a particular palette, which was these these three little Tarte palettes, along with the big Tarte palette. I believe this was like a holiday edition. But then I also picked 10 products to go with that, just to basically try to get as much use as I can out of it throughout the month, or if not, finish up some things. So because I just want to make this video quick, since I didn't make a ton of progress on a lot of the items, if you're interested to see what I started out with, I'll go ahead and I'll link that video down below, the March introduction. But I'm just going to tell you what I finished, because like I said, I mean, some of the things, it's sort of hard to see the progress that I made, and I mean, a lot of them were like a powder, a bronzer, so obviously, I mean, I didn't make too much of a dent in anything. So the things I did finish were these two samples of foundation. One was like a YSL, and this one was a Bobbi Brown foundation. The YSL one, I would not repurchase. It just, I don't know, it made me very oily very, very quickly. And then the Bobbi Brown one, actually, I enjoyed. And I'm trying to see on this little label, I think it says 3S or 335 Neutral Foundation. The label is a little worn off, but I finished that as well. I mean, I do have a ton of foundation to still go through to see what works with my skin. But this did color match me really well, and I mean, I like the way that it's made my skin look. So that was those two. I'm not going to give that one a value because they were samples. The other thing I did finish was the Urban Decay De-Slick Makeup Setting Spray, the oil control one. And it is this bottle. And this is completely gone. There's no more in here. And this was a value of $30. This was for a 4 ounce. This, I don't know, I feel like honestly with my skin, it's just no matter what I do, I wind up getting oily, or, you know, I mean, I know this is more of a setting spray and it does, you know, do its job, but I hear so many good things about, I think it's the L'Oreal one or the Maybelline, one of them came out with one, I'm sure for a cheaper price than $30. This was $30. So I want to try those out, but I do have a few other setting sprays. I have the other Urban Decay one, I think it's the All Nighter. I have the NYX, and I have the, oh, what is her name? Kat Von D, and I haven't tried out yet. So, I mean, this I wouldn't repurchase because I do have a ton of other ones to go through, and I want to try drugstore after I'm done with all my other ones. But I did finish that, and that was a $30 value. And then the last thing I finished was the Juicy Couture perfume. Once I get to obviously a reasonable amount of perfume, I would repurchase this. I love Juicy Couture. And this was a 0.5 ounce bottle for $25. So I would repurchase that. So my total for the month of March was for $55. And I can't remember if I did a yearly total for last month, but my yearly total so far is $263.93 of products that I've used up. So I'm happy about that. Like I said, I mean, when I started this month, I basically started with pretty much full products besides those few things. So, I mean, I knew I wasn't going to hit pan or anything like that in them. It's just a way for me to obviously go ahead and, you know, just at least use some of my stuff up. And obviously with the palettes, I mean, I didn't hit pan in any of them, so that's that. Now, what I have been doing is I've been doing where I basically do the Project 10 Pan, where every month I've been picking out a palette, and then I'll pick like 10 products alongside of that to go with it. But I really seriously been going back and forth, and if you guys watch me or we talk online, I want to do, you know, a pan that palette, but I haven't been doing it because I get bored very, very, very easily. But you guys seriously are inspiring me so much. So I think I'm going to, from here on out, I'm going to start a pan the palette. And the palette that I'm going to choose to do is one that I did, I believe it was in January or February. It was the palette that I used, and it's the Too Faced In Your Dreams palette. So if you watched any of those, you're familiar with this palette. But this is one of my oldest ones that I have. So I want to go ahead and you know, use it out for the year. The way that I'm doing it though, I cannot solely just use this because I will probably throw it against a wall after a while because I'll just get fed up with it. I am going to use other eyeshadows to go with it, especially too that this is an all like shimmer palette. There are no mattes in here at all. So I am going to use like two times maybe a week. I want to use just different eyeshadows just completely just so I can use other stuff and also do tutorials with other, you know, eyeshadows that I've recently gotten. As well as I have to obviously throw in a couple of mattes for this palette here. So this is what the palette looks like, and it has your 9 shadows here. So you have 3 rows of 3 of shadows here, and then you have your 3 blushes, or you know, like a bronzer type of, and then 2 blushes. And then these lipsticks you have here, which I said before, I don't know, I just don't like the lipstick in palettes. They just, they gross me out. But I'm not concentrating on the blushes. I'm only concentrating on the eyeshadows. So this is my Pan That palette that I'm going to be using. So again, you guys really have inspired me, and it's like, I watch you guys and I'm like, come on, I know I can do it. I gotta be patient. I gotta be patient and obviously disciplined. But I do, like I said, this is one of my oldest ones, and I want to go ahead and I want to use it up. So I'm gonna use this, and yeah, we'll see what we'll see what happens. I mean, as of now, I mean, I don't know if you can see, but like this color right here, this like cream shade, this tan shade, and this pink shade, they do have like little dips in it. I don't know if you can see it already. And I'll probably take pictures just to show progress. I don't know if you can see that dip in it or not, but those two do have a good amount of dip in them. And so does that brown, the Rapture. So that's the palette I'm going to be working with to pan that palette. So obviously it's April, so I have, what is that, 8 months? So I have 8 months, which I think I can use it. I think I can do all these. The 9 shadows, they equal up to, let's see, 9 grams. So each shade is a gram of eyeshadow. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. So I want to thank really all of you guys, and there's too many to mention, but all you guys that are doing a Pan That palette, you really do. You motivate me. You inspire me to really, like, seriously just dig down and, like, you know, get something out of my collection to really use up. And I watch you guys. I'm like, oh, well, if they could do it, I know that I can do it. I just gotta, you know, I just gotta just be patient. That's my biggest thing, how to be patient. But this is the palette that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to be using this one. If for whatever reason I do happen to start hitting pan and, you know, going through them, or if I get done with it, again, I have no way of judging this because I've never done a Pan That palette, but I have a second palette to go with it too, or after it, I guess. And this is the Urban Decay one, and this one is another old one, and this one's pretty much, again, just, you know, hasn't really been used a little bit, but there's no really dips or dents in there. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys are doing a Pan That palette and I haven't seen it yet, please let me know so I can follow you, whether you're on YouTube or Instagram. If you're not on Instagram or YouTube, please then let me know down below, you know, if you are working on a specific palette, so I could just go ahead and watch, you know, cheer you on. I hope you guys are having a good day. I am going to be filming a bunch of videos like right after here, so some of the things I'm going to be filming, let's see what I got. I have it written down, so sorry. I do have a sampled out project for March update. A 4x4 intro. Amber F is heading up that challenge, so I'll be getting that out in a few days. And then I have a lipstick swatch and review coming up. That will probably be next week. And then, let's see. I don't know if you watched, I think it was my last video, but I was talking about doing like a purge and declutter type of a video, but it has sort of like a twist with it. But that's coming up, and I'll obviously go into detail more about that in the video. And then I have a very important, well, it's to me very important, so I hope you guys really watch this one. It's just a chit chat, it's a couple of shout outs. So thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Have a blessed day. Bye. Mwah.